Influence here, and today I have MS-B57, which is Magic Square's Legend-sized Dinobot Slag, or as they call it, Triceratops. Very creative name, third-party name. It's Magic Square, so the same complaints I have for all Magic Square figures is the same for this, which is the lack of paint. The plastic, I don't know, the plastic don't feel that bad. It feels like they're getting better with the plastic, but the joints, like moving around stuff and all that, which is one of the reasons they probably use that plastic, so it is less breakage. If you like sculpts though, Magic Square is the way to go. I just wish they would paint their figures like New Age would. And I hate, I hate putting the companies at odds, but they put themselves at odds when they keep doing the same damn characters at the same damn time. So let's just get into this video.
Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube.
I know slag is a derogatory term in Britain, I believe. So any of my British viewers, my bad. But that's what he was called in G1. But I think he's called Slug now or something like that. But let's get into accessories. So you saw him holding his accessories. So let's move him out the way for a second, just so you can get a look at these. Yeah, this gun has zero paint on it. It's just a cast. It looks fine. The sword's nice. It has silver paint, so that's a nice touch. And he comes with 2 extra hands. Since they're Legends figures and unposable, he has these 2 hands that are like flared out. So what you do here, of course, just like you always do, is take this hand off there. Oh, and there's a way to take it off. That's why I couldn't get it off, because you got to screw it until it comes off. They put a little nub. You see that port with the little nub at the bottom? Nub. Maybe this nub fell off, or maybe I just can't see because I don't have my glasses on, which could be a possibility. It's hard to get his hand in because it flexes, but there you go. I'm showing this hand now because it does flex like this. This hand does not, the stationary hand, but this can't transform with this hand on there. But then if you want, figures don't move, it's just in this pose. So there you go with that. And that's all his accessories. Oh, the box, typical Magic Square box, nothing spectacular. Got a little like G1 tech specs and all. Directions, trash as usual. So yeah, you can see his face up close. I put the symbol on. It is a tiny bit crooked. It's going to bother me for the rest of my life. So I will be switching it out and putting it on better, a little bit better. I think I put Grimlocks on better because it's square in that spot. This was a little weird, so I was trying to measure it and figure it out. But I actually like this symbol. I don't usually put faction stickers on my figures just because they usually don't look good. They look cheap. And I actually like this, and it needs it because it's super plain without it. Plastic looks weird to me. Like the face plastic, I guess it's the same plastic here. It just looks weird because it's all red, and you can tell it's just not painted. It's painted right here, I believe this red plastic. And the eyes are painted blue though. It does look, the eyes do look good, but the definition isn't the greatest. But the hips are something to be desired as well. We'll get there. We'll get there. But for now, let me compare him to some of their other figures so you can see how they stack up. So I got Perceptor here. He's kind of in a weird pose, so he's not all the way standing. So is Grimlock. I got Grimlock here. He's in a weird pose too, but I'll put him right next to, so you can see he is bigger than him by a little bit. If you stand him straight up, I don't want to take him out of his pose because I like that pose and it's on the shelf. So yeah, there's that. And that's how he stacks up. Let's go over articulation. Head, of course, the same problem that always with this character. because his head is like inside of the dinosaur head. It's hard to move, but you can get it to move. It moves side to side, up and down, and around. These things right here, they do kind of get out the way. I'm not sure. Like I said, I did this myself, so I think it goes like this. I'm not sure. Maybe it goes down. Oh yeah, I think it does go down and back. Oh, okay, so it flips down and back, so all of this is out the way. So that's my bad. If you can see, it'll flip around and it still covers that space, and then this is in the back more. So that's a good thing. I do like that. Oh wait, is that right? I don't think it's, I don't know if it's supposed to be like that or not, but I do like to get that stuff out the way. Then you can get his arm up. He has a butterfly. You can't get his arm up that far anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. Butterflies that come out, you go out like that. I don't think there's no bigger up. You get 360. Everything is, of course, on friction because it's a Legends. You get to 360. It does hit some of this stuff back here. This stuff does move like this, the wings. And I like it up a little bit. You can like it any way that you want it. Double jointed elbow, so he does get the full elbow run. He has bicep swivel. His hands spin around. They're not all the way up. And that's pretty much it. Fixed hands. He has a waist. And even with the backpack and stuff, he can get around with the waist. He has a bend, an ab crunch, about that much. And it's like the double jointed waist swivel thing, so he can get the back crunch too if you need it a little bit. He has side skirts that go up. Side skirts go up. He can do the full splits on friction. So we got that. He has the skirts that move in the front, that move with the leg. I do like that when it works. Because it gets a good nice range. And you can drop it down, I think, and move it. Wait, no, you can't. That's right. I forgot. You can't drop that down and move it. So you don't get any back. And I don't understand that. Wait. No, yeah, you can't drop it down and move it. So you don't get any back. They should have just, I don't know what this is. This looks like a stain or something. Doesn't even look like paint. Looks like something got on here and seeped into the plastic. I don't know what, maybe I was eating. I have no idea, but that's not great. So you can see that. Let's keep it moving. Knees get almost a full, but it definitely is hitting all this stuff, and this stuff is coming undone again. Yeah, if you play with your figures, I don't think this is a good figure for playing with or transforming. Well, transforming is fine. I actually like the way it transforms. We'll get to that, of course. But yeah, you got the thigh swivel. Thigh swivel is super loose, and I think why it's loose is this thing right here, because it's not the actual thigh. I don't think it's clamping on the mushroom joint enough, because you got to pull the thighs down for transformation. And there's that. So that happens. You got the heel spur kind of back here. Transformation, really. You get the rocker, full rocker. Do you get a toe tilt? I thought you got a toe tilt, but you don't. I don't see none. You just get that, but that's not really toe tilt. That's for transformation. So, and I think that's it. You also could take these horns off. They come off. When I did accessories, I should have. Oh wait, never mind. Oh, they do come off. They have one of them nubs too. All right, I'm not gonna take it off. You can leave it off if you want. I don't know why. I do like the transformation. It's a little more complicated than I think it should be, but I had fun doing it. So let's see. So backpack, it's your time to shine, to get the frick out of here. So you pull this out. His tail, of course, you can see that is in there, and then you can unfurl it. And then this right here, which is kind of hard to get apart, especially going backwards. It's hard backwards, but you split that open like that, pull this out here, and then you clamp this inside while you're pushing this down. So when you're going back, you got to open this. I may do a reverse transformation video, I'm not sure. But there we go. So just leave that out like this. There's a sliding joint here for these wings. You can see that right there. And just slide these wings down. See, the wings move, so that's an issue, but you can get it. Just slide that down. And it's on, this whole contraption is on this. So you're really sliding the wings down and sliding the tail back further. So you just leave that stuff like that. Now you have all this open, and you can get his head in. Pull this out here. Break the waist so you got more room in here. And I think do the arms first. So you can move this. You see his head. You can move his head in. This right here is the bottom of his mouth. Spin that around like that. And that's pretty much it. So his head, you got to turn around and move all the way down like that. And then it goes in. You can just clamp that. And there he is looking at you. Now what you want to do is move this chest down. You pull the chest out because it's 2 tabs on each side that's tabbed into this thing. Now what you do is there's a double hinge right here. You move this in. Move this in. Now you move the chest back up. There should be just enough room for his head. And he can clamp on, back on where it's supposed to be. Now you can fool with these arms. Again, a lot of this stuff is intuitive if you've transformed the Dinobots that they have. Like if you had Grimlock and transformed it, it has some of the same mechanisms. So you just move that in there like that. Push this up. Hand doesn't fit great. Let me see if it fits better like this. No, not really. It's the same. You're trying to push stuff around. Then you have 2 little flaps that kind of cover up that space so you don't see the hand. But I guess that's okay. I guess that's cool. I don't know. It's just something. So pull this out, pull that out, move this in. I'll show you. I won't move the hand, and I'll show you how it goes in. Still weird as I say that, and it's not going to work now. Yeah, maybe you are. It went in a little harder like that, but you still can get it in, and so either way, it doesn't really matter. You're bending stuff around stuff anyhow. Move the arm out first. That's the thing that I forgot. You got to move that out, and it gets it out the way. Then you can flip this around, and then you move this arm back in. So move that out. It pulls that out the way so you can flip these around and have it where you need it to be in order to clamp it onto the head. So then flip this over. It clamps back here. And the head clamps down. There. And then you clamp this. There's a over under right there that clamps on there. And you have his front done. So don't close this yet because it's a mushroom kind of a, what you call that? Not really a mushroom peg, but it's, well, yeah, it's like the over under peg, I guess, or mushroom peg. Could be a mushroom kind of. Anyway, pull these. So pull this out here. Not yet though. Move this down the foot. There's a little gray piece that goes under that you can flip back around. This little gray piece right there. Flip that to the top. Move this up here like this. Now you're going to move this, pull this apart. It's right there. This is on pretty nice, pretty good. While you're pulling this apart, there's a little piece here that's going to fill out. You can move these legs, the dinosaur legs that is, out like that. I think there's is this the only flap? I may be getting, sometimes I get them confused with the other one. So yeah, you can undo this so you can get enough space to pull this out, that little flap, because eventually it's gonna go in. So there we are. And then you can move these legs this way. So when you flip this in, it'll be where you need it. Again, I'll move this one again. Legs like that. And just make sure the dino legs are out. And then you can move this back in. Let me make sure this is out the way. You move this back in, it's a peg here. So now what you want to do is move this little piece. Get this little piece out. You want to move this in like this. And it sits in that right there. Then you move this up here in there like that, and it stays. Yeah, flip this in, move this up here like this. Make sure the foot stays down because it does come up, and that's pretty much it. Then you can move this. You might as well move this whole waist around because that's something you got to do as well that I kind of forgot. But that gives us opportunity to see this side a little bit better probably. So you want to move that down. Again, flip this bottom around like that. Flip this up here. Well, not yet. You can pull this apart. It's hard sometimes. You can break the connection. There's a peg in here that you break this connection. You can move this little thing out. I like to do that. Flip this out here. Make sure these are up. I don't know if this piece, I might not. No, it stays out like that. So just have it out like that, and then you can put it back. Make sure it's pegged in. Then flip this around here. Stays right there. Then this goes up in here and creates a little space right here for the leg. Then you can flip this around and you try to close it, flip it around, get the leg in there, make sure it clears the foot. If you're having trouble, it's probably not clearing that foot. But then you want to pull the tail down, and there's a peg. If this comes undone, and it bothers me a lot. I hate it. Also, you got to move this all the way up. Like it's on a slider that you got to, it's hard. You move this up like that. So it's flush right here. You can see it. If you have a copy, you'll see it. It's like one of them things that you can't miss. But then when you're putting this back in, you'll push it back down. So that's not ideal. So you kind of hold that, pull that up as far as you can to make this flush. There we go. So now these pegs, there's a peg here that pegs into here. I kind of get one side on at once, or yeah, one side at a time. Get that. Then you can close this. It helps with getting this together because then you can close that. And also this here slides into here. It has two pegs. It's a peg in here, peg hole in there, and peg hole in there. So you put that on, and that can clamp in as well. Make sure. Then before I even fool with these legs, I get this together. Move this down. There's a peg hole right there. You gotta kind of get this underneath in there, and then there's a peg that kind of grabs on, so you can do that. Get all that together. And it kind of looks harder than it is. There's a couple frustrating parts, like I pointed out, that come undone and stuff while you're trying to work. But it's not that bad, to tell you the truth. I actually like transforming it, because I like that it's different. It's stuff that I haven't seen before, really. And then last but not least, you get these legs together. You want to pull this foot out. And then there's a spot in here that covers... It's like a cover, acts as a cover. That falls in a lot, but then you push this up and it covers that, and you just move the toe around and you move the leg where you need it. Again, over here, same thing. Just move that down, move the toe around, pull this out. They do have pegs, like, so you can grab stuff. So that's nice of them. Move that up here like that. That's really how it's supposed to go. And adjust his horns, because I messed them up before. And here you go. Dino mode. Where's his mouth at? Here he is in dino mode. He has some nice detailing right here. Like, it looks like paint. Like, why couldn't you do the inside? Why couldn't you do the robot with this paint? That's what I want to know. You got the pretty nice. And if you want, I don't know why, but you can, I think there's accessories for this that looks like it's fire breathing. It didn't come with any, but you can stick the sword in there. It would be cool if it had fire around the sword. Also, I put the gun. It's not official, at least I don't think, but I put a gun under there. It stays just by tension, just friction, and it doesn't hit anything. Unfortunately, it's in an unfortunate place. But, I mean, hey, he's anatomically correct. And there you go. This looks stupid, so let's take that out. And that's how they look together. They look good together. I would like to transform Grimlock and see. But yeah, there you go. So articulation, his mouth closes all the way, opens that far. I like to keep it at an even keel. His front dino legs are the arms, so he has the same articulation. He can bend down if you want him to. Back articulation goes out like that if you need it. I thought it moved. It does not move. And toes go back and forth like that, but no rockers or anything. And that's pretty much it. I like this little styling, and I definitely like these details. Like I said, this paint, I think it's paint, and it proves that they can paint. But, well, their masterpiece figures prove that they can paint. They need to paint these figures too. And actually, these might be painted, but it's just the grayness. I guess I'm used to like a super metallic. I don't know. Who am I? So if you enjoyed this review, you know what to do. All right, I'll get up with you in another video.
You know, life ain't over. Life ain't over. Life ain't over. As long as you alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want.